Hey, what's up, guys? This is Hans from the Eclectic podcast, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Combiner Wars Hunter set. This came exclusively out of San Diego Comic-Con. I believe it'll be released later through the Hasbro Toy Shop, but considering I only had Chromia and I like the decos that they've done with this paint job from what I've seen, I thought we'd take a look at it. The set actually does include Windblade, Chromia, and Arcee. I do like how you can see Devastator right here in Arcee's blade. I thought that was really a cool touch. It does have the Transformers logo kind of in a red foil along the side, along with Generations logo on the top. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top of the box here. The top of the box, not much. You do see the carryover from Chromia's sword. On the side, just the Autobot logo. On the back of the box, I don't know if you can see this or not, Transformers kind of embossed in black on there. And it's got a couple little planets kind of on the hiding out on the corners. Not sure what planets they are. Can't tell really, but you got two of them, both on each side. On the opposite side of the box, it just says Combiner Wars. And then on the bottom, it's got a carryover of Arcee's blade. And it kind of gives you a description of the contents. So you get 3 deluxe class figures, 7 accessories, and instructions. So yeah. It's got a slipcase, so let's go ahead and let's take this off and take a look at the contents within. So with the slipcase off, there's also another kind of box that we have to go through. At the top, we do have another Autobot logo. And then on the back side, you see some really cool artwork of the Combiner Hunters. All 3 of them just standing there in the back. Nice artistic representation. Let's go ahead and we'll look at the bottom. And on the bottom, it gives you kind of a bio. And the bio, basically, let's read it here. It says, among the original 13, Solus Prime was the maker, the one who forged the weapons and armor the Primes needed to battle Unicron. Windblade, Chromia, and Arcee are bots formed in the images of Solus Prime, and with a piece of her carried in each of their sparks, they are capable of great acts of creation and great feats of courage. As Decepticon Combiners unleash destruction across the universe, the Combiner Hunters are called into action. Their mission, track and destroy. Facing a Combiner is nearly an impossible task, but the Combiners Hunters have the abilities other bots do not. Using the power of their Solon sparks, they forge weapons that allow them to hunt the mighty Combiners and stand against them in battle. Gives you a cool little bio of what these ladies do. And then over here on the other side of that, it gives you a breakdown of their weapons. First one here is Windblade, with her Spectra Spear. Allows the bearer to take on temporal spectral form. A Combiner can't hit what it can't see. For Chromia, she has the Primian Blade, light enough to be wielded by one, strong enough to slay the combined form of many. And then Arcee has the Combiner Slayer. Toximex Sawteeth deliver a poison that scrambles a team's combined circuits. Kind of a cool little breakdown for the legendary weapons. Something I thought was really interesting. I didn't know that they actually had names. But let's go ahead. What we'll do is we'll get them out of the box. And so you can see everything that kind of comes in the contents here. So let's take a look. Here they are outside of the package with their ginormous weapons. They're ridiculously big. Surprisingly, they're actually able to hold them all really well. And what I wanted to kind of do in this video was actually just kind of give you a brief overview. I'm not going to go through transformation or anything like that, but I just kind of wanted to go over it all real quick. Arcee's blade, you can see she's barely peeking over the top right there. Chromia's blade extends off the screen. And Windblade, even though she's most unstable out of the 3, she actually is able to hold it fairly well as well, which was actually really impressive. It does come with the instructions also inside of there. And let me give you a scan real quick. One side of it has the instructions for transformation. And then on the other side, it gives you kind of a poster of the figures and their blades and kind of gives you the description there, which I thought was really neat. First up to bat here is Windblade. And here's her spear. Looks really cool. I like the color fade that it has going on there with the gold to the silver. It's got some really nice detail and some texturing that goes on in there. I don't know if you can see some of that there on that spear or not. She also comes with her katana. and the sheath. It's got a really nice, cool, translucent blue. And I thought that was a really nice touch that it actually included the sheath and that weapon. Here she is with that gold and red paint deco, kind of almost Iron Man in style. She does have some nice, really, some opalescence on the chest right there. And if you can see this face sculpt, it looks phenomenal. I mean, the detail that they have on it just is amazing. With the way that they've just layered the paint and just the attention to detail, it's really just a really cool looking figure, and really nice to see that kind of attention to detail on that. Here she is in her alt mode, the VTOL jet. They didn't do a lot of fixes with this mold by any means. You can really see the art deco that they have on here really kind of shine through with that gold and red. She has that big old gap still, but you can still plug the katana in to help cover up some of that gap that she does have there. Really kind of a fiddly figure. I don't understand kind of the concept behind some of this stuff, but I think she's a cool asset to the set. The landing gear does retract up front. Cockpit doesn't open or anything like that. The figure itself, I mean, just it looks really cool. The VTOL blades themselves do articulate in there, and they do move. So that's kind of a nice little touch. And I wish that she stood better than what she does. She has problems with those heels, and that drives me nuts. Next up we have is Arcee. I haven't had an Arcee figure before, but I was really impressed with this one. Let's take a look at her sword real quick. This thing is massive. I really like how they have that metallic flake kind of all through the hilt of the blade itself, all the way up through the top with those teeth, and then that pink kind of fading into that white looks really, really good. Just a really cool blade itself, and then those teeth up at the top. The figure herself, I mean, she does come with her little like rifle blade sword things that she did normally. And get that off there. I like how they look. I like the blue. Has a nice accent. Again, there's some more of that pearlescence paint that exists within the figure, kind of on that pink on the sides. There's times that it actually kind of looks purple. Let's get a close-up of that head sculpt. If I can get focus. There we go. Really cool. I like that Autobot logo that she has right there below her cheek. She looks innocent, like purely just like an innocent character. I thought it was kind of interesting that she had that. She does have light piping still. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at her in her alt mode. So we'll transform her into her car. And there's the car. Like I said, this paint style just really pops. That pink is different than what it is on the sides. So you get kind of a dual setup of the pink on the figure. Rolls really well. And then you can mount her rifle blades actually at the back. You can mount them just right up on top of the vehicle. You could also mount them off the sides, off the tabs that she has on her thighs, like you would in robot mode. And then as for the big blade, you can go ahead and you can mount it on the car by doing something like this and just laying it right on top. No, I'm kidding. There's no storage for that gigantic weapon in vehicle mode. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at Chromia next. This was one that I think I was most excited for. And I don't know what I really feel about it yet. If you look at it, the paint deco on her while she's in bot mode actually looks really cool. The sword is just huge. Again, I'm just very impressed that they are able to hold these things. Let's go ahead. Let's actually take a look at that sword real quick. Let's get that out of her hands. The sword itself, I like the styling of it. The hilt and then the black, and it's got some nice texturing. I like how it goes from that red into that silver. And then if you look here, you've got these Devastator shields, and she's got like 5 of them stamped on there. So I'm guessing that's kind of like their marks for how many they've killed. There's, like I said, on the handle there, it's nice kind of a texturing on the black. The figure itself, the color scheme, I'm really kind of impressed with. If we look at the face sculpt right here, it looks really, really neat. I like how she has that red that kind of goes down, kind of like a mask onto her face. And then the blue lips. She looks vicious, as she should. Here she is in alt mode. Not crazy about how this turned out, actually. I figured I'd be a lot more impressed with this figure. Like I said, it was kind of the one that I was looking forward to the most. I do think that it looks better than the American release. The red canopy I kind of actually like. Nice tempo printed Autobot logo there. There's one also on the other arm right there. I thought that actually looked really cool too. Just not crazy about it. I don't know why. Not crazy about it. Here they are as a set, and I think they do look good as a set. I think that's the important thing to remember here, is that they are a team. I would have liked a little bit more, something to kind of tie them together as a team, but as it is, I really do enjoy the way that they look, and I hope you guys have liked this too. So thank you for watching, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.